Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jamie. I'm going to just put this on for a second. I'm sitting in my car about to head in the office. I just want to do a quick video about being a bag holder, what it is for me. I'll keep this short and sweet. I'm just going to use an example where recently I kind of got stuck. And, this happens again. I try to have fun with it, meaning not pretend and be a phony, but just like this happens. It's like playing sports. Like you're going to lose, right? And you can improve. So this is where I'm just sharing something that I did where I don't want to say necessarily it was a mistake. It's just like I got into this situation, like getting stuck in the mud and like, how do I get out? And what's your strategy? Here's mine. So I bought into this Atea Pharmaceuticals, ticker symbol AVIR, because, all-time highs was $94. You can see here, let me, that's me again, sorry. Right there, you can see all-time highs, $94. This is the daily chart in Webull. And, over time it recovered a little bit when it came down to this level, and then it dropped again all the way down to $20, which I don't know what that percentage is, but that's a huge drop. And then it recovered over several weeks and months. It got back to around $45, and then bad news. Their drug didn't work out. Dropped to $10 a share. All right, so that's right about the time, over here where I was like, oh, a lot of times this happens, and you can see the RSI, the relative strength index at the bottom. It's under 30, which, sometimes is like, oh, there may be a chance that this thing will kind of go sideways a little bit. Maybe I can average in that range and get a come up. I don't even have to get back to this 45. Like, you can see here if I pull back a little bit, I have a line of $20.50. So I'm like, hey, maybe I can get around there, make myself $4 or $5 per share, take my little profit of 20 to 40% and move on. Well, that didn't happen. I got in somewhere around 11, $12 a share, because I was at somewhere in here. And then it went lower, and then went lower, and then went lower. And I try to average in a little bit. And I think right now I'm at $12. I'm at $10, and I want to say 12 cents. This says 10.11, but I mean it's $10.12 is what I have in Robinhood. I have 200 shares. So you can see I got under that level. It dropped even more. It didn't have, as drastic of a drop. But if you think about it, that's a 50% drop, right? If it was around $10, $11, $12 and went to $6, that's another 50% drop. So my only fear here at this point is, okay, I have 200 shares. It's back down, to this level. What if it does another 50% drop, goes to $3? Well, I'm going to lose now at 200 shares. I'm going to lose another $600. I think my value right now is around $1,200, $1,300. I'm down about $8, which is about 40%, of what my investment is. And I'm okay. You know what? If it goes to zero, I can live with it. It'll be disappointing, but this is part of the game. Or I could be patient and say, all right, am I willing to, should I mitigate my losses and just take the $800 loss and flip that $1,200, $1,300 into something else? Or am I going to be patient over the coming weeks and months and see if I can get back? Well, here in Webull, analysts put the rating at low of 6 and high of 11 and an average of 850. That's 5 analysts. Again, these are just opinions. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. On Tip Ranks, which is just another place, you have 4 analysts on Atea Pharmaceuticals that say over the next 12 months, they see it as low as 7, which is pretty much already there. And I think it's as high as 11, right? Which would be great. An average cost of $9.33. So I choose at this point, as a bag holder, shareholder, bag holder, to see how this plays out over the coming weeks and months. Now, I know there's some Fed stuff going on with tax rate hikes. I think there's 4 to 7. That's not going to help. So I won't be surprised if this gets down to between $4 and $5. If that does happen, there is a chance I will again dollar cost average in a little bit more. I don't just look at the shares. I also look at how much am I willing. To me, it's a bit of gambling, right? So if you sit down and say, okay, this is not a long-term investment for me. This is kind of a gamble. Do I think some volatility? Is there a little bit of, some risk, some higher risk here where this could, go back up to $20, $30 at some point if something happens? It could, but I'm not going to hope. That's not a great strategy to have. Do I think it will get to that $10, $11 at some point? I think it's got a better chance of doing that So if I can get my dollar cost average down between $8 and $9, that'll be better. And then I can just exit. The problem is you tie up, cash in an undervalued asset, right? Because this is not, if you put this money under your pillow, you're going to get a better return than what I've gotten over the past several weeks and months as a bag holder holding this stock. But that's me. I'm just sharing like what happened to me, and this doesn't happen to me all the time. But you got to share the losses or the things that don't work out the way you plan, and then figure out, okay, what do I do? But panicking, getting emotional certainly is never the right answer. You just got to think it through and say, what do I do? And then commit to it and figure out, how do I get out of this? And does it average out? So at the end of the month, at the end of the year, am I going to, whether I break even or take a little bit of a loss or lose the whole $2,000, in this case, say it's $2,000, $3,000, am I still going to make enough on the other stuff where I can write off those losses? And that's how I look at it, because each of these are companies I'm invested in. And I don't want to put $5,000, $10,000 in this company. There's other things I'd rather do. But that's what happened with Atea Pharmaceuticals, AVIR. This is just an example of being a bag holder for me. I'll see you guys.